So let's talk 3 different ways that you can store oatmeal. Hey YouTube, like I said at the beginning of this video, we're going to talk about storing oatmeal long term. So your oatmeal, this is oatmeal we use all the time. It's not stored for long-term storage, but this will last probably a good 1.5 years, maybe 2 years just in its bag. Same thing with, these are quick oats, 3-minute oatmeal that cooks pretty quick. Again, 1 year to 2 years, I guess, is a safe bet for it. But we want to be obviously prepared and have some for a rainy day. So we're going to talk about 3 different ways you can store your oatmeal. We're going to use a mason jar. We're going to use a food saver bag in conjunction with a brown paper lunch bag and in a Mylar bag. So let's go ahead and get into it, show you. It'll be a quick video and hopefully you can learn something from it. Okay, so the first way we're going to store our oatmeal is in a mason jar. We're just going to go ahead and fill up each of these mason jars, and we're going to take it and fill it up to right about here, this first ring, so we have headspace when we take the air out. Okay, so the second way we're going to go ahead and get our oatmeal ready for long-term storage is we're going to put it inside this brown paper bag. Then we're going to mark the brown paper bag, the outside of the bag, with the date and time and what it is. And then we're going to go ahead and put it in a vacuum sealer bag, and we're going to get it sealed up. We're going to go ahead and get this stuff ready. Okay, so the third and final way we're going to go ahead and store this is in a Mylar bag. We're just using the quart bag, more for instructional purposes than anything. We store most of our stuff in mason jars or in the brown paper bag with the food saver. A lot of the food that we freeze dry is what we use our Mylar bags for. This is a quart. We have half-gallon and gallon-sized Mylar bags. And the next step with this one is we're going to take an oxygen absorber, we'll put it in, and then we're going to seal it up. So we're going to go ahead and show you how we're going to seal all 3 of these up next, and we'll get to it. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we put our oatmeal, or our oats in our mason jars. Now we're going to go ahead and get it vacuum sealed. I have other videos. This is an attachment for my food saver. The reason that's really good about using mason jars is if there's no power, you crack open one of your mason jars and you want to seal it back up, brake bleeder. This works just as good, if not better, than the mason jar or the food saver does. So all we're going to do, put it on there. The other thing is back to when we did our oats in our plastic bag, we put it in the brown paper bag because that helps stop sunlight. So if we do have to get something out and it's sitting out for a while, the UV light's not going to get to it. So take this off, and it's sealed, but I always put a ring, just a little added security. Okay, so we got everything prepped up. I'm going to go ahead and take my oatmeal and I'm going to put it in my vacuum bag. I have it in the brown paper bag. We have rolled oats on there with the date, and it's pretty simple. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here and let it do its thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about how we're going to use a Mylar bag. So when I used my food saver and when I used the mason jar in conjunction with the food saver, I didn't have to put an oxygen absorber in there. So in order for this to stay good, we need to take that oxygen out. And there's a trick to using your food saver, but we're not going to do that because these are like 10 mil bags and it won't work. So I'm taking my oxygen absorber. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here, stuff it down in there, get these closed up because they start sucking up the oxygen as soon as you expose them. Now these ones are freestanding. I'm going to go ahead and close they have a zip lock on them, and I'm going to get out as much air as I can. And I still have to seal this thing up. So the easiest way to seal this is get a flat iron. The people use to straighten their hair out, the him, he, she, whatever they are, whatever pronouns are used nowadays. And all you're going to do is put it on here, stick it on there and move it across. I'm going to turn my bag and move it across. And now your food's preserved in a Mylar bag. These are superior. I love using these, and mason jars, I like using them all. So here are 3 different ways that you can preserve your oats. And okay, so there are the 3 different ways you can preserve your oats for long-term storage. The Mylar bag in conjunction with a oxygen absorber, the food saver bag in a brown paper bag, well, brown paper lunch bag. This one happens to be a white one. You do not need to use an oxygen absorber with this, and with the mason jar. You don't need to use an oxygen absorber with this. Good thing about this, easy to do. I have other videos that you can click on. I have a link in the description below, so you can see how to use a $20 brake bleeder to seal this. So all these things that we use, I have a link to my website, and on my website I have, you know, all the products we use on Amazon. I am affiliated with Amazon, and I make a little money from those videos, or from the sales, which helps me with more videos. So I hope this was helpful. If you like the button, or you like the video, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It helps with the algorithm, and we can build this channel up. And whatever you do, if you're new to this, watch other channels, learn as much as you can, be as self-reliant as you possibly can be, just because of the way our country's going right now. So again, thanks for taking the time. I really appreciate it. AB Prepping out.